Hello everyone, Safia Quinn. So before I show you what I did this morning in terms of buying on the dip, if you guys look right now, the Dow is down, the S&P 500 is down. Let's see, but I'll tell you this, when everything is down, remember we always got to check the VIX real fast. The VIX is up 20.03. That's 5% up, which means that there is blood in the streets, okay? But before we get into that, I need you guys to have a baseline about blue chip stocks, okay? This is something that we've definitely talked about before, but you really need to get an understanding because this is your time, especially with things being down right now, for you to actually purchase some of these blue chip stocks, okay? So blue chip stocks are shares of large, well-established, financially stable companies with a history of strong performance and a strong reputation, okay? These are considered reliable and long-term investment stocks. And honestly, these are your bread and butter, we'll say, okay? They have a large cap. And remember we talked about capitalization. That is the volume at which the stock is covering the market. So basically they are worth like 10 billion or more. These are your huge companies. They are stable and profitable, meaning they generate strong earnings and revenue over time consistently. This is for decades and decades, okay? They produce dividends. I find that my blue chip stocks produce minute dividends, but I told you guys my little dirty little secret is that I reinvest my dividends, okay? They have a strong brand representation, which basically means you know them, you love them, their products are in your house and you will buy them, okay? Strong recognition. They are resilient during market downturns. So these are your stocks that it doesn't matter who's president. These stocks are making money, okay? And they are part of the major indices, which are the Dow, S&P 500, and the NASDAQ, okay? Some examples. These are our favorite examples. And when I tell you these examples, every one of these companies you're going to be familiar with if you're living here, okay? Technology. Your blue chip technology stocks are Apple. We talk a lot about Apple because they are the apple be appling. Microsoft, which is one of my favorites. Google, that was the one I saved up money to get. That is under the technology. Now remember, there are sectors in the stock market. The next one is consumer goods. Coca-Cola. Everybody know about Coca-Cola. Procter & Gamble. If you don't know about Procter & Gamble, just look at some of the products in your house. Johnson & Johnson. We are all familiar. In the financial sector, Chase, JP Morgan Chase, and Bank of America. Oldie but goodie. I love B of A. Healthcare is Pfizer and United Healthcare Group. No words, right? And in industrial, there's Boeing and GE, which is General Electric, which we all know and love something about some General Electric. So why do you need to invest in blue chip stocks? Especially right now, y'all, okay? Because there's blood in the streets. The volatility is high. So that means the stock market is low, and this is your chance to grab some stock. Okay. They are stable. Sorry, I'm looking at the window for my husband. They're long-term stability. That means they have a long history, consistent dividend income. Okay. They have a diversification, which basically means that they're balanced and low risk. They have a history of strong performance and reliable during economic downturns. Sadly, we might be a little bit more into a economic downturn. Okay, so the risk is that they have slow growth because they are just magula companies that have pushed this, our whole thoughts of consumerism. So they're slow growth. They're slow. They just are, especially compared to like a EFT. They have market cycles still apply. So they still fluctuate with the stock market. And their dividends, like I said, their dividends are normally modest. That's the word. Modest dividends. It's not gonna blow your socks off unless you got a lot of money. This is all relative. Because if you sitting on some M's, you pop it in some blue chip stocks and you'll be fine for a really long time. Okay. So also, I'm going to let you guys know about a we'll call it a blue chip I always say this wrong, ETF, which is one that I own, that I love, which is SPY. SPY is for Fidelity. There's VOO, Victor, Olive for Vanguard, and DIA, which is the EFT for Dow Jones. Those are really good. Okay. So take your opportunity, which is right now. Look at the stock market. If you haven't purchased any stock, consider your first stock to be a blue chip stock, especially while things are down. Now, on this next video, I'm going to show you how to buy a blue chip stock. All right. Now, this is going to be one video, but there's going to need to be multiple videos to follow, because I never buy market. I never let the stock market tell me how much to pay for a stock. I always set my price. Okay. So we're going to come back. We'll do a green screen video and I will show you me doing that. And you guys need to stay tuned, because I'm going to make you a tracker. Because part of being an intelligent investor is understanding what your stock did yesterday, what your stock did 2 weeks ago, what your stock did 2 months ago. And the only way to have that history on a daily basis is for you to actually track it. So I am going to create for you guys a tracker for you guys to track your price. So it'll make it easier to set your price, because you will already have an idea of how your stock moves. And blue chip stocks are perfect to start investing with. Okay. Once again, follow me at Investor Professor 25 on YouTube, at Professor 25 on Instagram, and comment, like, and share.